In a small village called Asama, there lived a beautiful young woman named Neca. Neca was known for her charm and beauty, but also for her complicated past. She had 2 children from previous relationships, but she always dreamt of a fresh start. Neca's life was not easy. She did menial jobs to support her children. She worked as a hairdresser, weaving intricate braids and cornrows for the women in her village. She also sold fruits and vegetables at the local market. Despite her hard work, she struggled to make ends meet. Neca had been in several relationships. The men she met often treated her poorly. They promised love and support, but left her with nothing but broken promises and heartache. Her first relationship ended when the man disappeared, leaving her pregnant with her first child, Chica. Her second relationship was no better. The man abused her and abandoned her when she was pregnant with her second child, Ifeanyi. One day, a wealthy businessman named Obi visited the village. Obi was known for his success and generosity. He was very respected in his village. His parents advised him to get married since he was growing older and also well established. They even found a lady they liked for him. Although he agreed to get married, he told his parents to give him time to find the woman he wanted to marry himself. He was searching for a wife, someone pure and honorable. When he saw Neca, he was immediately captivated by her beauty and grace. He decided to pursue her, showering her with gifts and attention. Neca, seeing an opportunity for a better life, welcomed Obi's advances. She knew Obi wanted a pure woman, so she lied about her past. "I am a virgin," she told him with a straight face. Obi, believing her, was overjoyed. He proposed to her within a month, promising her a life of luxury and happiness. The village was abuzz with the news of Neca's engagement to Obi. Everyone was envious of her good fortune, and she basked in the attention. Neca's children were told to stay with her parents, and she began planning her new life. The wedding day arrived with great fanfare. The sun shone brightly over the vibrant village, casting a warm glow on the colorful decorations that adorned every corner. The air was filled with the sweet scent of flowers and the sound of traditional drums and flutes. Friends, family, and villagers gathered in anticipation, eager to witness the union of Nneka and Obi. Neca was in her small room, surrounded by her closest friends and family. They helped her get ready, adorning her in a stunning white wedding gown that contrasted beautifully with her dark, smooth skin. Her long braided hair was elegantly styled, and her face was a mix of joy and anxiety. She knew the lie she had told was a big one, but she hoped it would never be discovered. She took a deep breath and looked at herself in the mirror, trying to calm her racing heart. Obi, on the other hand, was preparing in his family's large, well-decorated home. He wore an elegant traditional outfit, a rich agbada made of fine fabric, and a matching cap. His friends and family surrounded him, congratulating him and making last-minute adjustments to his attire. Obi was filled with excitement and pride, believing he had found the perfect bride. The village church was beautifully decorated with colorful banners, flowers, and traditional ornaments. As the guests arrived, they were greeted by the joyous sounds of music and the laughter of children playing nearby. The church was soon filled with people, all dressed in their best traditional attire, eagerly waiting for the ceremony to begin. As the ceremony started, the music changed to a more solemn tune. Neca, accompanied by her father, began her walk down the aisle. She felt every eye on her, and her heart pounded in her chest. She forced a smile, trying to focus on Obi, who stood at the altar, beaming with pride and love. When Neca reached the altar, Obi took her hands in his. and they exchanged vows. The priest spoke of love, commitment, and the importance of honesty in marriage. Neca's hands trembled slightly, but she maintained her composure. With each word, she felt a mixture of hope and fear. After the vows, the couple was declared husband and wife, and the church erupted in cheers and applause. The guests stood, clapping and celebrating the newlyweds. Nneka and Obi shared their first kiss as husband and wife, a tender and emotional moment that brought tears to many eyes. The celebration moved outside, where a grand reception awaited. Tables were laden with delicious traditional foods, and the air was filled with the aroma of jollof rice, suya, and freshly baked bread. There was dancing and singing, with everyone joining in the joyous festivities. Nneka and Obi danced together, surrounded by their loved ones. For a moment, Neca felt a sense of pure joy, believing that her past was finally behind her. But as the celebration continued, Neca couldn't shake the feeling of anxiety. She knew that the secret she carried could unravel everything in an instant. As she danced and laughed with Obi, she silently prayed that her lie would remain buried, allowing her to enjoy her newfound happiness. As the sun set, casting a golden glow over the village, Neca and Obi retired to a private room to enjoy their first moments as husband and wife. The night was supposed to be the beginning of a new chapter in their lives, filled with love and promise. But little did Neca know, her secret was on the verge of being discovered, and the happiness she felt was about to be shattered. Obi, eager to consummate the marriage, approached Neca with tenderness. But as he got closer, he noticed something was off. Doubts began to creep into his mind, and he decided to ask Neca one more time about her past. Obi said softly, "I know you told me you were a virgin, but I need to hear it again. Are you sure there's nothing you're hiding from me?" Neca's heart raced. She knew this was her moment of truth, but she stuck to her story. I promise, Obi, I have never been with another man." Obi looked deeply into her eyes, searching for any sign of deceit. Then, in a moment of pure intuition, he decided to test her honesty. He called in a trusted female relative, an elder who was known for her wisdom and knowledge of traditional customs. The elder spoke quietly with Neca, asking her questions about her past. Neca tried to maintain her story, but under the elder's scrutiny, she faltered. The elder gently probed until the truth came spilling out. Neca broke down in tears, confessing everything: her past relationships, her children, and the lie she had told Obi. Obi was devastated. He felt betrayed and humiliated. The dream of a pure, honest wife was shattered. Without a word, he left the room and went straight to the village elders. He explained the situation and asked for their counsel. With a heavy heart, Obi returned to Neca. He looked at her, his eyes filled with sadness and disappointment. "Neca," he said, "I cannot stay married to you. Our marriage is over." Neca wept, begging for forgiveness, but Obi's mind was made up. Within the hour, the marriage was annulled. The guests were informed, and the joyous celebration turned into a murmur of shock and gossip. Neca's parents took her back, and she faced the harsh reality of her actions. Obi, though heartbroken, left the village, determined to move on with his life. The story of Neca's brief marriage became a cautionary tale in the village, a reminder of the importance of honesty and the consequences of deceit. But Neca's story was not over. She still had to face the judgment of her village, the future of her children, and the challenge of rebuilding her life. As she looked at her reflection in the mirror, she knew she had to find a way to make things right, not just for herself but for her children and her future. Neca's journey is far from over. In part 2, she faces the consequences of her actions and begins the difficult path to redemption. Will she find forgiveness and rebuild her life? Will Obi ever find it in his heart to forgive her? Join us for the next chapter in this gripping tale of love, betrayal, and the quest for a second chance. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more interesting African folk tales. Thank you.